Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for May of 2020. As you'll see, there's a lot of fifth house activity for you this month involving Mercury and Venus. And Julie is also going to tell you some things about Mars, and I'll be covering the new and full moons. Hey, Julia, take it away.
All right. Well, Aquarius, on May 11th, Mercury enters Gemini, which is your fifth house. The fifth house is the house of games, it's the house of amusement. And Mercury is kind of the trickster god. He loves, or it loves playing, because it's both male and female,
Mm.
it loves playing games. So this could be a transit where your mind gets really, really stimulated by, online games or maybe board games at home. Then on May 12th, Venus goes retrograde in your fifth house as well. Now, wherever we have Venus is where we find some pleasure and where we bring up themes in our relationship. And when it goes retrograde, it's a time for review of whatever the themes of that house is. So when Venus goes retrograde in your fifth this month, you might be reviewing whether your partnership has sort of the right sense of fun that you need, whether you can kind of get creative with your partner. And also, Venus is the planet of art as well, so if you yourself are creating things, you might be reviewing those projects. Then on May 12th, Mars enters Pisces, which is your second house of money. Wherever we have Mars is where we feel really, really driven. So the second house is the house of money. It's also the house of values. So you can feel very, very driven to try to make money however you can during this transit. And because it's the house of values, you might also want to assert yourself to defend some of your values as well this month. Then on May 28th, Mercury enters Cancer, which is your sixth house. The sixth house is the house of Virgo, and Mercury does really, really well in this sign. So this is a great transit for any type of organizing you have to do, any type of cleaning up that you have to do, whether it's organizing computer systems or just projects around the house.
And maybe pursuing that in your usual intuitive way, right? Because it's in Cancer. Yeah, and that could feel actually pretty nice. So then we've got a couple of moons going on, starting with the full moon in Scorpio on May 7th, which falls in your 10th house of career. So that's going to bring up a lot of feelings in your career. And some of those feelings might involve having to let go of the way things used to be. There may be some death and some loss and some grieving that needs to happen so that you can surrender to the flow and get into the next flow, whatever it is, as quickly as possible. And we are experiencing a rapidly changing reality right now, and I think staying flexible is really important, and not letting it get to you too much in terms of the over emotionality. Home, by contrast, might be a little bit more stable and rational, and so listening to whoever you live with and considering their needs as balance to the emotion that this might bring up, I think is definitely the way to go. So you'll be feeling that in about the 3-day window around May 7th. The other moon happening this month is a new moon on May 22nd, and that's happening right here in your fifth house, which, as Julia said, is a house of fun and entertainment. It's a house of pleasure and play. It's also a house of love affairs and creativity and self-expression and children. And that's a whole lot of topics, but really what it all comes down to is it's a house of centering and selfhood. And play and creativity are very much a part of that. And now a new moon plants new seeds. So this is suggesting that there is some creativity that might want to blossom from the seeds that you can plant this month under this new moon. Also that it might be a really good month for spending time with your children, playing with your children, and letting the child in you reawaken its own creativity from those interactions. It's a really sweet moon, this new moon. It involves a grand trine to Saturn and Juno. It's in air. It's very light and frothy and playful, and I think it will be pretty enjoyable, especially for you. And I think that's all we have for you. There is so much focus on that house of creativity and self this month that I would think a natal and transit reading is the way to go if you wanted to deepen your understanding of yourself and dig into, well, what is your form of creativity? that's natural to you and that wants to come out. And we'd love to see you for that. You can always find us on our YouTube channel, Pandora Astrology, making these videos just for you, for the news and for horoscopes. And you can find us at pandoraastrology.com. And until next month, stay home, stay safe, and we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye.
Bye-bye.